All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rukakadash. I want to do a brief lesson which is entitled The Spiritual Realm Controls that which occur in the physical. The spiritual realm controls that which occur in the physical. Okay? The spiritual realm is a non-physical dimension which runs parallel to the material world, to the physical world, okay? Which includes divine being such as Yahweh himself, Yahweh Shai, okay, his son, the righteous spirit and demonic spirit, okay? And the external aspect of human existence, humans that pass on, okay, human pass on from existence, from the spirit, from the physical world, okay, the spiritual aspect of life after death, all right, and what happens in the spiritual realm determines behavior and conduct in the physical world. That which, okay, scenarios or procedures or events in the spiritual realm dictate and determine what happens in the physical world, okay? Okay, the first precept we're going to go into is 1 King 1 and 19, okay? 1 King, Salakia 22 and 19, all right? First King 22 and 19, and it states, and he said, Hear thou therefore the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing by him, on his right hand and on his left hand. Okay, the hosts of heaven standing by him on his right hand, okay, which will probably most likely be the righteous, okay, spirit, and then on his left hand, okay, which is the demonic or evil spirit, okay. All right, verse 22, verse 20, 19 and 22 and 20. And the power said, Who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? Okay, and one said on this manner, and another said on that manner. Okay, so he is saying, this precept is saying, who will go up? Okay, okay, who will be that evil spirit that will cause Ahab to fall at his death? Okay, so he is approaching, all right, spirits on the left, all right, because these are the evil spirit now that will cause Ahab's death. Okay, let's go on to verse 22, verse 21, 22 and chapter 22 and 21. And there came forth a spirit and stood before the power and said, I will persuade him. Okay, this spirit came before the power and said, I will persuade him. Verse 22, okay, chapter 22, verse 22. And the power said unto him, wherewith, okay, where and with shall you do this? Okay, and he said, I will go forth and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of his prophet, in the mouth of all his prophet. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so. Okay, so the Most High will give the orders for this lying spirit to go forth and do so. Okay, all right, and cause a lying spirit to fall on Ahab. And as a result of this scenario in the spiritual realm, Ahab was killed. Okay, therefore, all that is done in the physical is sanctioned in the spiritual. Okay, is sanctioned in the spiritual, but it is the Most High who give the consent for that to occur. Okay, for whatever take place in the physical, the Most High ordain it. Okay, and sanctions it. Okay, so this is no, okay, even though it is an evil act or done by evil spirit on the left, It is not by Satan. Okay? Satan was only allowed to do unto, okay, his, okay, saints or his people what the Messiah allowed. Okay, likewise with the situation with Job. Okay, Satan wasn't allowed to touch Job or do anything, okay, to cause Job death, to put Job to death. Okay, let's go to that precept, which is Job. We go to Job 1 and 12. Salakia. Job 1 and 12. Okay, and the power said unto Satan, behold, all that he had is in thy power, only upon himself put not forth thine hand. Okay, so Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. Okay, okay, but the Lord gave him the command that he could do whatever he wished, but do not put his hand forth upon Job to slay him. Okay, so the spirits or whatever spirit is take place on this earth, okay, whatever the spirits perform, whatever demonic spirit or evil spirit, it is sanctioned by the Most High. It is only done if the Most High allow it. Okay, all right. So whatsoever evil is done on the earth is the judgment from the Most High power. It is the judgment from the Most High power, not Satan. Okay, Satan's only does whatever the Most High allows. All right. The next precept we're going to go to is Matthew 10 and 29. Matthew 10 and 29. Matthew 10 and 29. Okay. Are not two sparrows sold for a farthing, and one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father? Okay. So it's saying that two sparrows sold for a farthing. Okay. Even the decision of the king and rulers are controlled by Yahweh. Okay. So whatsoever fall to the ground is controlled, even the sparrow. Okay. That is controlled by the Most High. All right. Let's go to because here even decisions of kings and rulers are controlled by Yahweh. Even decisions of kings and rulers is controlled by Yahweh. All right. And to prove this, let's go to Proverbs 21 and 1. And it states, the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord of the power. As the rivers of water, he turneth it to whithersoever he will. So whithersoever the Most High will, he turns, okay, the heart of the king. He controls the heart and mind of the king. Okay, Donald Trump is being controlled by the Most High. Putin, all their action and activity or behavior, their conduct, okay, even though people are saying that Trump is this type of person and that type of person, he is what the Most High allow him to be. Okay, he is the Most High puppet. He is the Most High clay. The Most High is the potter. All right. Let's go to the next precept is Deuteronomy. You're going to go to Deuteronomy 32 and 39. Okay. Deuteronomy 32 and 39. All right. And it states, see now that even I am he, and there is no power, okay, with me. I kill and make alive. I wound and heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Okay? So the Most High is saying that he is the Most High power. Okay? He kill and make alive, and there is no other power with him. There's no power that can control him or can tell him, can stop whatever decision or action or, okay, that he makes or he does. What he says or what he do is fine, okay? It is gospel. It is the final act, okay? The next precept we're going to go to is Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah 45 and 7, okay? This is the Most High, His word, all right? And Yahweh Shai said, I come in the world with the book. Okay? I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Okay? So He formed the light and He create darkness. Okay? All that happens on the earth, the Most High does. All that takes place on the earth, okay, it is confirmed in the spiritual realm, okay, and then played out and carried out on the earth, okay. Last precept we're going to go to is John 4:24. It's not here. John 4:24. 4, okay, it's not here. John 4:24. Yahweh is a spirit, and they that worship Him must worship Him in spirit and in truth. Okay? Yahweh is a spirit, and they that worship Him must worship Him in spirit and in truth. Okay? You must be in the spirit. You must, okay, tap in. That's where you always just tap into the spirit. And to be in the spirit, you will have to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay? Because the spirit does not dwell in any, okay, individual or soul that, okay, does not keep the law, does not, okay, that's sin, okay, because when you sin, sin is death, okay, you become carnal, you become of the world, all right, and the spirit will not dwell in anybody that is of the material or of this carnal world, all right. So we would have to obey the Most High laws, statute, and commandment, all right, and remain in the spirit. Always tap into the spirit, okay. That is always what the camp leader always say. We got to stay in the spirit, tap into the spirit, so that whatever, okay, we ask of the Most High, and whatever takes place in this world is controlled and governed by Him, okay. And He gives us whatsoever our soul, our heart's desire. Okay, I hope this lesson was edifying and it served its purpose. Shalom.